And so I think my hang point, or I know my hang point was off, and the paramotor was too far up on my back, and I talked about that in the previous video. And I moved the carabiner placement all the way up to as far as I could get it forward because of my weight. So now I'm going to do a hang check out here and see if I'm currently in the right position. So I didn't necessarily have a problem with the type of carabiner it was in terms of safety that came with it. I knew it was safe. I just don't like that style. I like this style here. It's just much easier to use. Yeah, it's off because of this one's hanging higher, but I want to see at the angle. All right, I think we're good there. I'm not going to adjust this one way or another when it comes to angle, because it was pretty good today. Because I actually have this one higher, it's just this one was tied lower. Now that feels better, and it feels like I'm angled back better. We'll see. Let's look at that. Okay, this thing right here, don't know what it goes to, but it got back into my prop. Okay, that's what it went to. All right, so we got to do something with that. And I felt it get chopped up. So this goes up here to that shoulder strap. So that's why I should have probably just landed right away, but I didn't. So I had to wait for a cycle to come in to launch. I'm gonna walk my glider back and start from where I was at before. And try to fly it again. I want to look at the prop and make sure that it didn't damage the prop. It's actually really easy to fly. It's just hard to take off, and I had to scooch up into the seat. So I tried to get another flight in. I gotta check everything else, make sure nothing else gets into the prop. Okay, let's do a quick debrief. So I had pulled this out. I don't have it wrapped back up correct. So this is the one that Avery on the channel Avery Flies says he was concerned about because that could get pressed in and it can come out. Yes, that's true, but it wouldn't do anything. Like, it doesn't really provide a lot of support. You could fly it without it. So it's not, like I said in my last video, not a big safety concern there. And if you were, you could do what Avery did, where you wrap that back up and sew it so that it can't, so you could still adjust it, but it can't come undone, or just replace the buckle, either one. But it did come apart mid-flight, and what happened was, as I was flying, I felt a tug. It did come apart mid-flight, and what happened was, as I was flying, I felt a tug. Out. All right, what's getting back there? You notice that's extremely long, and it did get into the prop. It didn't do any damage to the prop, but it definitely did damage to that strap, and that could have gotten wrapped around and done something to me to create some sort of weird weight shift. So that is a huge concern when it comes to that getting back in the prop. It's not going to do anything here as in how the harness flies, and it may make it harder for you to get in the seat. So that is an adjustment. I agree now with Avery that that is a concern. And like anything, you always want to pre-flood it, but that's just something that it was secure before I took off. I wasn't concerned that if it came unstrapped that would create any kind of issue for me flying the craft, but I didn't think about how long that was and how that could get back into the prop. I thought I had covered everything, but anyway. So after I discovered that that had gone back into the prop, I turned back. I probably should have just landed where I was at, but gathered this up so that I saw what it was. But then I was like, I don't know what else could be flopping back there, and I wasn't really sure what this came detached from. I just knew I had checked everything before I took off in my pre-flight, and nothing could get back there. But I agree with Avery. You need to do something with this so that it cannot come undone. My concern is not that it would change the flight characteristics of the harness, it's just it could get back there. And so post-flight, that's going to be something that I take care of. But good news is I got to fly. Now I was flying on my Independence Tensing, so Independence Tensing glider, and this is in like a little mini stuff sack. But look how small that is. I mean, look, for a glider, it's a single surface glider. It's a 23 meter. Now, I know that says Independence on it, but it's not. It's a Sir Edmund II, so it's a Skyman Sir Edmund II tandem. Look at those side by side. There's not much difference. And in fact, if you look down here, they're really about the same size. Now, I do have this in a sausage bag, so not only a stuff sack, but a sausage bag, so that's adding some size to this one. And if I did the same thing, it would still fit into the bag. The tandem would still fit in its bag, even if I had it in a sausage bag. But the moral of this story is, I was flying on a single surface 23 meter glider with this little AliExpress DLE170 paramotor, and I was able to get 195 pounds in the air. But these are super easy to fly. These paragliders, single surface, are super easy to fly. You can almost get spoiled because they're so easy to launch. So I have not tried this on like a Ozone Spider or a Mojo 2, something that is also easy to fly but double surface. But you really don't have to run very much in these. Now, you're not going to penetrate the winds. That's going to be, I use it for paracamping so I can get into a location. And if you were going to do some sort of cross country, you're going to have to go with the wind, or it's going to have to be a nil wind day. Now, take off in the AirJet DLE170, the AliExpress AirJet DLE170, was not easy. I had to put a little brake pressure, had to wait for a little puff. So this was not perfectly nil wind. And I'll show you the wind profile in just a second. I was getting 2 to 3 mile per hour, sometimes 4 mile per hour headwinds. But overall, if I can fly it in these conditions, I know I can fly at the beach, but I'm not going to be able to take a lot of gear with me in low wind conditions like I wanted to, unless I can do something about the power, or maybe the paramotor combined with a different wing. But I think this is going to be really my best choice of wing because it's so easy to fly and so easy to launch.